What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol LCID for Lucid Group. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will, of course, be an update. We talked about it literally just in yesterday's session. We've been talking about it extensively on the channel, and what you'll notice is that we're continuing to just grind higher, not really trend higher in a sort of meaningful manner, right? We did technically set a new higher high on today's session from a candle-by-candle perspective, and a higher low from the prior day, correct? We're also still well above the 50 SMA and also above that neckline breakout point, which we've been talking about in length from the 30-minute time frame. You can see that much more clearly, here closer to about 39.65. Now, don't get me wrong. In the afternoon, we did pull back and start to form a bit of a bear flag around it, and in the post market, we're 39.16 by 39.24, so we're actually underneath that area, as a pivot here. So, is this the start of something more bearish inside of Lucid? Maybe, right? I would say maybe. What I'm starting to think about from the daily perspective would be the fact that this could potentially be the range, right? Prior lows from in here, low from in here, tried to support, right? But ultimately you get a break and retest of the low end of the range, right? And now could we be rolling over to set an equal low and then potentially continue the daily downtrend and set a new lower low, which we would be targeting closer to about 33.10. Now, it's not to say that the stock's going to completely fall apart on tomorrow's session, but it is something to start considering from a longer term perspective. So what would be sort of some indications to be watching for some playable sort of trade ideas? So firstly, remembering that we're opening up underneath that pivot point, if we do something like this and then start printing, inverted hammers here on the 30-minute session, indecision dojis, basically things that make you really question the strength of the buyers to get it back up and over, maybe your stop loss goes here, your entry's back under those lows, and you're looking for the rotation closer to this set of lows, closer to about 37 even, coming from this horizontal area. Oops, let's grab the other tool. Try that one more time. And that area is, again, just slightly above 37 even. That's a bearish setup here. Again, remembering that it would require a failed back test of this, the pivot, rolling over, and then potentially using that as a target. Ultimately, though, looking for the equal low closer to about 36. That's the downside case. The upside case would be if we can poke back up into this very quickly, like the first two 30-minute bars, call it the first hour or hour and a half of Friday's session, then I would count that as sort of a fake break, kind of like what we saw in here, the fake break in here as well. And again, that would still keep things bullish, but it really wouldn't give us an opportunity to get long in my estimation, at least from a risk-friendly perspective, until we take out this area. And I believe I was mentioning that in yesterday's video as well. The next obvious long in my estimation is moving back above the prior low end of balance, noting that this range is much more attractive to trade for instead of, waiting for some sort of pattern to maybe form like this as a bull flag and then scalping for this. Now, this isn't really attractive as compared to this much larger overhead range, so that's what I would be waiting for, being patient for inside of Lucid for the potential long setup up and over 42.62. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video or learned something new. If you did, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.